Hi, welcome to Thursday Thought. My name's Glen and just like to share some things that have been on my mind today. As I was driving to work, I had a long drive to work this morning in the dark, and I was listening to a sermon, and it was talking about the book of Acts and all the first things that happened there in the early church. And I was thinking about it. I'd been reading earlier from chapter 2 about Peter's address to the Israelites after the death, burial and resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ. And it struck me that this was the first time that the gospel had ever been preached after the death, burial and resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ. This is the first gospel message. And so I'd just like to read and share some thoughts from that address. Peter's speaking there, and if we jump ahead to verse 22 of chapter 2, Peter says to those Jewish people, "Fellow Israelites, listen to this. Jesus of Nazareth was a man accredited by God to you by miracles, wonders and signs, which God did among you through him, as you yourselves know. This man was handed over to you by God's deliberate plan and foreknowledge, and you, with the help of wicked men, put him to death by nailing him on a cross." So he's saying, you guys know about things that Lord Jesus Christ did. You saw the miraculous things that he did, how he healed people and just his life that was just so incredible. And yet you put him on a cross. But this was part of God's deliberate plan and his foreknowledge. God didn't put him on the cross. God wasn't the author of the Lord Jesus' death, but it was part of his plan. And he used your evil hearts and your evil act of putting him on the cross to do something wonderful. Because he goes on to say in verse 24, "But God raised him from the dead, freeing him from the agony of death, because it was impossible for death to keep its hold on him." And so he's able to say to them, yeah, you did this terrible thing. You nailed the Lord Jesus Christ to the cross. It was the worst thing that happened in history. But God turned it around to something good, something wonderful. And it's through that you can have salvation. And so there's good news for these Jewish people. And I just think when we read that, we just are reminded of what a wonderful and powerful God we have, that he had this wonderful plan to save sinful men. And he even used their own sinful actions to do that. But also what a gracious and kind God we have, who will accept people who come to him through faith, and the wonderful thing that he's done by allowing his son, the Lord Jesus Christ, to die on our behalf. And so I just hope that's an encouragement to you today.